What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $600 second stimulus check update and your $2,000 third stimulus check update, as well as presidential executive orders. We have a lot to talk about as presidential executive orders have just been signed. We're going to see them directly, and we're going to talk about the second and the third stimulus check. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos, and give this video a like for us down below and tell YouTube that you like the job that I'm doing, basically. First up, on the $600 second stimulus check, I'm still getting reports from you guys every day that you guys are still getting your $600 stimulus checks in the mail. So if you haven't got your $600 stimulus check yet, comment down below. If you have got it in the last few days, comment down below also. And I need to warn you guys or prepare you guys again. A lot of people are getting $600 debit cards in the mail. They come in a plain white envelope that has the Treasury seal on it, and it comes with a debit card with your $600 stimulus check basically on the debit card. A lot of people are not expecting to get these, but you are getting them. And even if you have direct deposit set up, you actually might be getting a stimulus check debit card in the mail. So please make sure you guys are paying attention to your mail, opening all your envelopes just in case. I mean, unless it's clearly from Publisher Clearinghouse or something like that. Just be very careful. The IRS has said there's already tens of thousands of people that have thrown these away by accident. And of course, be careful of scams. There's a lot of scams out right now. The IRS and the Treasury Department will not text you or call you or comment down below in any of our YouTube videos saying buy Bitcoin or contact my manager. There's people copying my appearance and my picture and my name and trying to pose as me. If I will always have a check mark by my name down below in the comments, because I'm a verified YouTube channel with over 100,000 subscribers. By the way, we're almost at 300,000, so thank you guys so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. We should be there in a few days, so make sure to subscribe and help us out. All right, $600 stimulus checks. Now let's jump into presidential executive orders. Let's see Joe Biden signing some of them directly.
It's going to be the first of many engagements we're going to have in here. And I thought with the state of the nation today is no time to waste, get to work immediately. As we've indicated earlier, we're going to be signing a number of executive orders over the next several days to week. And I'm going to start today. The compounding crisis of COVID, that is COVID-19, along with the economic crisis following that, and climate crisis, and racial equity issues. And, you know, some of the executive actions I'm going to be signing today are going to help change the course of the COVID crisis, and we're going to combat climate change in a way that we haven't done so far, and advance racial equity and support other underserved communities. We're going to rebuild our economy as well. And these are just all starting points, and we're going to, in the process of rebuilding the economy, do what I said throughout the campaign and while running, rebuild the backbone of the country, the middle class. And so there's going to be a lot of focus on that, and I think some of the things we're going to be doing are bold and vital, and there's no time to start like today. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm proud with today's executive actions. I'm going to start by keeping the promises I made to the American people. Long way to go. These are just executive actions. They are important, but we're going to need legislation for a lot of the things we're going to do. And the first order I'm going to be signing here relates to COVID, and it's requiring, as I said all along, where I have authority, mandating masks be worn, social distancing be kept on federal property, on interstate commerce, etc. So this is the first one I'm signing. And the second one I'm signing here is the support for underserved communities, and we're going to we're going to make sure we have some bedrock equity, equality as it relates to how we treat people and health care and other things. We'll give you copies of these executive orders. And the third one I'm going to sign, and that's what I'm going to do while you're all here, is the commitment I made that we're going to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord as of today.
Okay, let's go back. Let's move on, please. You guys can-
Mr. President.
Next up, we have the new White House press secretary who is named Jen Psaki. She's basically replacing Kayleigh McEnany. So, if you know who she is, she's the new White House press secretary for Joe Biden. She's going to give us a summary of the executive orders passed today. Let's listen in.
So we had a very busy and active day today, as you all know, but I wanted to take a moment to go through the 15 executive actions, or highlights of them, I should say, and some of the steps that the president asked agencies to take today. You should have all received copies of the executive orders as well as the accompanying fact sheets, but I want to take this moment to highlight them for the American public who are watching at home. To combat the deadly virus, the president launched his 100-day masking challenge, asking Americans to do their part and mask up for 100 days. He's doing his part as well, issuing a mask mandate that will require anyone visiting a federal building or federal land or using certain modes of public transportation to wear a mask. He signed an executive order reversing Trump's decision to withdraw from the World Health Organization. This will strengthen our own efforts to get the pandemic under control by improving global health. And tomorrow, we're not wasting any time, Dr. Fauci will participate remotely in the meeting of the World Health Organization as the U.S. head of delegation. President Biden also officially appointed a COVID-19 response coordinator, a position and team we had already previously announced, but made it official today, to create a unified national response to the pandemic. And he reestablished the national security team responsible for global health, security, and biodefense. The COVID-19 pandemic has triggered an almost unprecedented housing affordability crisis. He took immediate action to confront the crisis and asked relevant agencies to extend nationwide moratoriums on evictions and foreclosures. The pandemic has also increased the hardship on millions of Americans who owe federal student loans. In response, the president asked the Department of Education to extend the pause on student loan payments and interest. He rejoined the Paris Climate Agreement, putting the United States back in a position to exercise global leadership in advancing the objectives of the ambitious agreement. Sorry, hope you're comfortable. There's a few more. And a second broad executive order will roll back harmful regulatory reversals made by the previous administration to protect public health and the environment. This order protects our nation's treasures by reviewing the boundaries for several national monuments, places a temporary moratorium on all oil and natural gas leasing in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, and reestablishes the interagency working group on the social cost of greenhouse gases. He also launched a whole-of-government effort to advance racial equity and root out systemic racism from federal programs and institutions. He directed the Secretary of Homeland Security, in consultation with the Attorney General, to take all appropriate actions to preserve and fortify DACA, which provides temporary relief from deportation to Dreamers, young people who were brought to this country as children. The president also put an end to the Muslim ban, a policy rooted in religious animus and xenophobia. He signed a proclamation effective immediately, halting further funding or construction of the previous administration's border wall and terminating the so-called national emergency used to wastefully divert billions for wall construction. Also today, President Biden sent an immigration bill to Congress. The U.S. Citizenship Act modernizes our immigration system. It provides hardworking people who've enriched our communities and lived here for decades an opportunity to earn citizenship. The president's priority reflected in the bill are to responsibly manage the border, keep families together, grow our economy, address the root causes of migration from Central America, and ensure that America can remain a refuge for those fleeing prosecution. With that, I'd love to take your questions. Zeke, why don't you kick us off?
Thanks, Jen. First off, congratulations. And one question about your role. You touched on this a little bit at the top, but when you were up there, do you see yourself, your primary role is promoting the interests of the president, or are you there to provide us the unvarnished truth so that we can share that with the American people?
Well, let me first say, Zeke, that I come to this podium having served both in the White House and at the State Department as the spokesperson there, and I traveled the world on trips to promote democracy, where I saw the power of the United States, and of course, the power of this podium, and the power of truth, and the importance of setting an example of engagement and transparency. So I will just state, because you gave me the opportunity, I have deep respect for the role of a free and independent press in our democracy, and for the role all of you play. As I noted earlier, there will be moments when we disagree, and there will certainly be days where we disagree for extensive parts of the briefing, even perhaps. But we have a common goal, which is sharing accurate information with the American people. If the president were standing here with me today, he would say he works for the American people. I work for him, so I also work for the American people. But his objective and his commitment is to bring transparency and truth back to government, to share the truth even when it's hard to hear. And that's something that I hope to deliver on in this role as well.
So let me know what you thought, and let me know what you think of the new White House press secretary. I'm sure we will be hearing a lot from her as they give us a lot of information on what is going on in the White House with stimulus checks and stimulus packages and political everything. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. President Joe Biden today signed more executive actions on day one than President Donald Trump, Obama, and Bush combined. So one thing for sure is he is taking action. I think there were 17 different presidential executive orders signed today, and we're expecting to have over 50 of them over the course of the next 10 days. The ones that directly affect you or may directly affect you and your pocketbook start with the executive orders today are calls to Congress to extend COVID-19 aid, basically more stimulus packages, and requests to various departments to extend eviction and foreclosure moratoriums. So, eviction and foreclosure moratoriums, and to pause payments for federal student loans. So, if you or anybody you know is possibly facing either eviction or foreclosure, I will be giving you more details on this in the upcoming days, but in the past, you needed to get a proclamation to prevent the eviction from the CDC. You just Google it, CDC eviction form, and you need to fill it out and give it to your landlord. Foreclosures might be a little bit different because you're dealing with the bank. That might just be done on a national level, but I will keep you updated on if there's anything you need to fill out. But I recommend you look into this on your state level. Just Google it, because on a lot of states, you need to make a partial payment and give these forms to your landlord and probably keep a copy of it yourself. On the federal student loan pausing of payments, this is for payments and interest going forward. So again, I will be getting more details for you guys in the upcoming days, but we'll need to make sure that you qualify, and we'll have to see when we get the details of these executive orders if it's for all student loans or only certain federal student loans, and who qualifies and what the details are of these. We don't have all the details yet because we just have the press briefings of these executive orders right now, and we're expecting more and more to come every single day for at least the first 10 days on executive orders. Biden swore in senior staff today and warns them, disrespect each other and you'll be fired on the spot. Joe Biden says, quote, if you're ever working with me and I hear you treat another colleague with disrespect, talk down to someone, I promise I will fire you on the spot. On the spot, no ifs, ands, or buts. Everybody is entitled to be treated with decency and dignity. So it sounds like he means business. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. We have, I think, 17 different executive orders signed today and more to come. Hopefully more that help you guys in the pocket, along with we're expecting to get the third stimulus check and the third stimulus package rolling this week. I will keep you updated with all the breaking news. As always, make sure you subscribe down below and click the bell icon so you get notifications. New videos coming out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and for the next few days, 11 p.m. also Eastern Time, 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Adjust it if you're in a different time zone. and just tune in at those times. Just type in It's Jimmy in the YouTube search bar if it doesn't appear on your home screen. You can click on this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video is on our second channel called The Daily Dirt, where we showed you the Biden inauguration speech. And yesterday we showed you the President Donald Trump farewell speech. Click on that if you haven't watched that yet. Click on one of those if you haven't watched them yet. And I will see you guys in the next video.